Somewhere between the security line and the gate, something happened to otherwise polished women. The blazer disappears, the shoes give up, the tote turns into a black hole with a zipper. And listen, I understand. When the alarm goes off at 5 a.m. and you're facing a 3-hour flight, comfort wins. It should win, but comfort does not require surrender. Today, I'm sharing 3 rules, 3 pitfalls, and 6 airport outfits that are every bit as comfortable as your favorite loungewear, but polished enough to walk off the plane and straight to lunch. And the bag I'm carrying through every one of them is the bento bag from Nomad Lane, today's sponsor. It's a personal item I fly with. It slides under the seat, and it keeps me organized from the car to the gate. Rule number 1, choose fabrics that move with you. Here's a secret the loungewear industry doesn't want you to know. You can have comfort in pieces that actually hold a shape. And the trick isn't avoiding any one kind of fabric. It's choosing fabrics that move with you instead of fighting you. So what does that look like? Ponte, that moves like a legging but reads like a trouser. And Spanx makes a terrific ponte pant, actually several ponte pants. I happen to adore this one. It's in poppy red or poppy. It's kind of a reddish orange. It's a kick flare pant. Love, love, love it. It's so comfortable. I also love their ponte blazer because that also moves with you. But a knit blazer definitely feels like a cardigan, but photographs like tailoring. I'm a big fan of Frank and Eileen's mini Belfast, which is perfect for petites or the regular Belfast. And it's a pea coat that doubles as a blazer or a jacket, and it doesn't wrinkle, making it a great travel piece. And stretch denim that gives when you sit. Again, Frank and Eileen have a lovely stretch denim jean that I actually, it's one of my go-to travel outfits. It's just a little Monterey sweater, very lightweight sweater, and then these beautiful stretch denim that don't have any pockets. So a beautiful flat front. But don't forget linen, which is breezy, relaxed, and absolutely appropriate for travel when you choose it well. And the only thing I'd steer you away from is anything stiff, rigid, or determined to wrinkle into a sad heap by the time the seatbelt sign goes off. And with linen, you want to choose a piece with a little weight to it so it wrinkles beautifully instead of collapsing. The right fabric recovers. You can sit in seat 23B for 3 hours, stand up, give everything a little shake, and still look presentable. And here's my style tip. If you have to stand perfectly still for the outfit to work, it's not an outfit, it's a photograph. Here's the thing about airport outfits. They sound simple. Throw on something comfortable, get to the gate, done. Except the airport outfit has more job requirements than a CEO position. It has to survive the drive, the security line, the shoe removal ballet, the half-mile hike to the gate, 3 hours in a cabin that is somehow always 62 degrees and breezy, and then it has to walk off the plane looking like you meant every bit of it. And for women over 50, there's an extra layer. We want to look current, but not ridiculous. Comfortable, but not sloppy. Let's get into it. Hi, ladies. I'm Beth from Style at a Certain Age, and welcome to the Grit and Glam Club, where we believe style has no expiration date. And quick note before we start, everything I share today is linked in the description box down below, and we'll always put it in the pinned comments, and YouTube places the products in the bottom corner of your screen. Because no one has time for a scavenger hunt, especially not at Hartsfield. We're already trying to find the right concourse. So rule number 2, layer for the plane, not the destination. It might be 90 degrees in Los Angeles when you land, but at 30,000 feet, it is always, I promise you, it is always 62 and breezy. So the third piece is non-negotiable. So again, a knit blazer, it could be a long cardigan, a linen jacket, a cashmere wrap, a denim jacket. Those are all my favorites. And why? Because that layer does 2 jobs at once. It elevates the whole outfit from errands to intentional, and it becomes your blanket when the cabin air kicks on. And my rule of thumb, if I can't comfortably nap under it, it's not the right third piece. And here's my style tip. Dress for the destination, yes, but layer for the aircraft. And rule number 3, one and done shoes. Your airport shoes have 3 jobs. They need to slip off easily at security. They need to walk a half mile of terminal without complaint, but your shoes also need to look finished doing it. That's it. Brand new shoes, complicated laces, flimsy sandals, they all fail at least one of those jobs. And my go-tos are typically sleek leather sneakers. I love white ones. I love this mule slip-on from Veronica Beard. Loafers are also a good choice, or a cushion ballet flat with a little pair of socks tucked into my bag for the security line. And here's a packing bonus. Always wear your bulkiest pair on the plane. Your suitcase will thank you. And here's my style tip. The airport is not the place to break in a new pair of shoes. That is not optimism. That is a blister with boarding privileges. So now we're going to take a look at the pitfalls that we can fall into and we see happen all the time in airport lines. So pitfall number 1, the pajama trap. Yep. There's a world of difference between comfortable and gave up. Head to toe athleisure in slouchy fits, the oversized hoodie, the baggy sweatpant, the scrunched sock reads as bedtime, not travel. And before anyone comes for me in the comments, I love comfort. I support comfort. I have built entire outfits around comfort. But the fix is choosing comfort with structure. That could be a matching knit set, an elevated jogger, a soft pant with a proper waistband, a sweatshirt in the shape of a real jacket. Those pieces do everything the old sweatsuit does, but they look like a deliberate choice. And you'll see exactly that in outfit number 6. So stay tuned. And pitfall number 2, the overstuffed tote. Oh, this one. You know her. She's at the gate, arm aching, digging through a bottomless tote for her boarding pass, while her phone, reading glasses, lipstick, and half a granola bar play hide and seek at the bottom. I was her for years, ladies, years. And the fix is not necessarily a smaller bag. The fix is a smarter bag. And this is where I have to show you the bento bag from Nomad Lane, today's sponsor, because this is the bag that finally got me organized. And I mean actually organized. And let me show you why this works. Phone, outside pocket. Glasses, easy reach. Laptop, padded sleeve. Chargers, in their own spot. Water bottle, its own pocket. Roller bag, and that luggage pass-through matters because once this slides over the handle of your suitcase, your shoulder is free, your posture improves, and you're technically hands-free while you're at the airport. It's structured, but lightweight. It fits under the airplane seat as a personal item, and it looks like part of the outfit instead of the thing that ruined the outfit. And then there are the Seido Compression Packing Cubes, which fit right inside the bento bag. These are for those of us who like to pack options, because I may be going away for 2 nights, but emotionally, I need choices. And the double zip compression helps reduce bulk. The mesh lets you see what's inside, and everything stays neatly contained. I'm only giving you a peek today because next month, I'm taking this exact setup to New York City and showing you the whole packing system, cube by cube. So make sure you're subscribed. The point is this: the most polished outfit in the world cannot survive a chaotic bag. The bag is part of the outfit. And again, ladies, everything is linked in the description box below, including the bento bag and the Seido Compression Packing Cubes. And here's my style tip. If finding your boarding pass requires a search party and emotional resilience, the bag is a problem. What is the one thing you always keep in your personal item when you travel? Is it lip balm, reading glasses, a book, snacks, hand sanitizer, a little emergency chocolate? Yeah, guilty. Leave a comment down below because I have a feeling our personal item habits say a lot about us, and I read every single one. And pitfall number 3, and I briefly talked about this, but these are the wrong day shoes. Never debut new shoes at the airport. Never. The terminal is not the place to discover a heel rubs, a toe pinches, or a comfortable sandal was lying to you in the store. And on the other end of the spectrum, the flimsy flip-flop fails the walk test and the chilly cabin test. So if your shoes can't carry you from long-term parking to gate D47 in comfort and style, they stay home. Airport shoes need to be tested. They need to be trusted and ready for duty, because airport duty, I'm telling you, it is not for the faint of heart sometimes. Okay, grit and glamours, let's put all of this into practice. I said at the beginning of the video that I have 6 airport outfits for you, all built around a relaxed navy, cream, gray, and denim color story. And everything is classic, everything is wearable, and everything is designed for real travel days, not imaginary travel days where no one spills coffee, the flight is on time, and your gate is conveniently located 3 steps from security. And for each look, I'll show the bento bag style 2 ways: carried on the shoulder and riding on the roller bag. Outfit number 1. This is the linen travel set, and proof that woven fabrics absolutely belong at the airport when you choose them well. So this is breezy, relaxed linen with enough weight to keep its shape in a navy and flax pairing that looks pulled together the second you put it on. And the linen jacket is your rule 2. It's your third piece. It gives your outfit polish, it gives you coverage, and doubles as your in-flight layer. And yes, linen wrinkles. We know this. We accept this. Linen is not misbehaving. Linen is simply living its truth. And the key is choosing linen with enough weight that it wrinkles beautifully instead of collapsing into a sad heap by baggage claim. And ladies, we have an entire video devoted to linen, and we will link that right here. Outfit number 2, the dress that travels. Because yes, sometimes we really do want to wear a dress, and we do have that destination in mind when we choose that. But we want that dress to be comfortable. And seriously, don't sleep on a dress for travel days, ladies. One piece in your dress. No waistband, no negotiating with a button after airport coffee, no wondering which top goes with which pant at 5 in the morning. This knit midi dress is exactly the kind of piece I love for travel because it moves with you. It holds its shape and still looks polished when you arrive. And I added a dark rinse denim jacket as a third piece because the airport outfit always needs a layer. And it gives the dress structure, it adds polish, and serves you when the cabin air kicks on. White leather sneakers keep the whole thing comfortable and current. A dress truly is the unsung hero of travel days. One piece, no waistband, no drama. And if you want an alternative, this is a sleeveless one. So there's a long sleeve one. It's a striped one. I'll link it down below. Very easy swap and also very comfortable, and just keep the same denim jacket. And outfit number 3, the wide leg done right. And this is rule number 1 in action. A wide leg pant with real ease. A stitched tank and matching cardigan that is every bit as cozy as it looks, but still reads intentional. And the cardigan is your in-flight blanket and your finishing piece in one. And this outfit has movement, it has softness and polish, which is a whole airport formula. It's cozy without looking like you wandered out looking for the mailbox and accidentally boarded Delta. And I know you have seen that person. Outfit number 4, the elevated lounge set. And yes, I do think that loungewear has a time and it has a place, especially when you're traveling. And I am in love with Varley. And actually, the previous outfit was from Varley too. A little bit different vibe, but their double soft collection is just, I'm telling you, it's just chef's kiss. It is so comfortable and so dreamy, but I think it still looks very put together. And this set comes in several different colors. I picked the ivory marl. So first up, I have the Davidson sweatshirt and then a slim pant. And I do love a matching set because it gives you all the ease of loungewear, but because it's tonal and coordinated, it looks like a choice, and that matters. And when the fit is clean, the color is soft, and the proportions are balanced, a lounge set can look quietly expensive instead of like you gave up somewhere around baggage claim. Add one piece of substantial gold jewelry, a polished sneaker, and the bento bag, and you're done. And I also have an alternative here. As I said, I absolutely love Varley, and I partnered with them many, many times over on the blog and Instagram. I also adore this set. Again, it's in an ivory marl, so you can kind of mix and match, but this jacket's a little bit bigger, more modern, a little bit roomier, doesn't look like a sweatshirt, and it has that double zip. I love that when I travel because you can unzip the bottom, and then you really have a lot of ease of movement there. And I also like the wide leg pant. Choices, ladies, choices. And outfit number 5. I call this the Nautical Classic. And again, I'm going to show you 2 different options. And I mentioned earlier in the video, so I have the mini Belfast. It's like a little pea coat and blazer rolled into one, or the regular Belfast. There's 2. But for my petite ladies, definitely look into the mini because I think it would fit you absolutely beautifully. I love this outfit, and I call it airport to lunch dressing because the French terry jacket has a comfort of a sweatshirt, but the shape of a real jacket. which is exactly the comfort with structure idea we keep coming back to. You can pair it with a mariner stripe and a great stretch jean, and you have an outfit that feels easy but looks finished. This is a kind of outfit I'd happily wear off the plane and straight to lunch, because sometimes the plane lands before your dignity does. And the alternative, so instead of the mini, you're just going to go for the regular. This time I went with the Monterey stripe. It's a navy and stripe sweater. I love this Monterey sweater. It's very lightweight, has a roll neck, just a very relaxed fit. There again, I just paired it with some white jeans and you're done. And okay, I know that many of you will tell me that you don't travel in light clothes or white jeans. And I get it. I think that's totally your preference. I'll just back up to the Varley loungewear outfit, the matching set. That comes in different colors. So if you'd rather have a darker color, you definitely have that option. But I will share, for years I lived overseas. For 10 years I was an expat, and I did these long haul flights regularly from the States over to Asia. One of my uniforms was, and I absolutely loved it. It was a black blazer jacket. It zipped, it was super cute, kind of a piqué fabric, and then a black tee that I wore with it. And I never had any problems at all. But choices, definitely. Completely get it if you want a darker outfit, but don't totally discount a lighter outfit or white jeans. And outfit number 6. So I call this polished, not pajamas. I love Vuori joggers. I've actually traveled many times to Europe in a pair of Vuori joggers. This time I chose gray. And then I chose a gray tee. You could even go with a gray cashmere crew neck if it's, chillier weather. And then, of course, my beloved Veronica Beard Dickie blazer in navy. I truly think that this outfit is the thesis of the whole video. It's polished, it's not pajamas, and yes, they're joggers. And no, we're not apologizing, because the joggers are soft, they're comfortable, and ideal for travel. But the blazer changes everything. And that is what a good blazer does. It takes the whole situation by the shoulders and says, we have plans. This Veronica Beard blazer, as I said, is one of my favorites, and that's because it's the Dickie blazer. So you can zip in and zip out many different Dickies. I absolutely love the gray hoodie, so you could definitely pair that with this outfit. It would look super chic, but you can also just wear it sans anything, just like a blazer. So again, choices. Wear the blazer sleek and tailored through the terminal, or zip in the gray hoodie Dickie for a more casual, layered look without the bulk of an actual hoodie. One blazer, 2 completely different vibes. So tell me in the comments, are you team sleek blazer or team zip-in hoodie? I want to know. And truthfully, this is the outfit I'd wear wheels up to New York City, because next month I'm taking this exact look, this bento bag, and those Seido Compression Packing Cubes to New York City. I was invited to the YouTube shopping experience with Nordstrom. I'm very excited, and we'll have lots of coverage for that. But as I said, this exact outfit is going to go make it there. So there you have it, ladies. 3 rules, 3 pitfalls, 6 outfits, and not a single pair of actual pajamas in sight. Comfort and polish were never enemies, Grit and Glamours. They just needed a proper introduction, preferably before boarding group 4. And again, everything from today's video is linked down below, including the Nomad Lane Bento Bag and the Seido Compression Packing Cubes. And thank you again to Nomad Lane for sponsoring today's video. And thank you, my lovely Grit and Glam Club, for supporting the brands that allow me to bring you fresh ideas. And now I want to hear from you. What is your airport outfit uniform? And what is the one thing you always keep in your personal item? Lip balm, reading glasses, snacks. This is a judgment-free zone. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with a girlfriend who's flying this summer, and make sure again that you're subscribed for all the videos coming your way. And remember, ladies, style has no expiration date, and neither do you.